I do it because I want to, not because I have to. However, Pacquiao is disappointed to have to fight at his age. If Manny Pacquiao is indeed thinking about returning to professional boxing, I believe that would be a wonderful sign, measurement, and marketing tool for him when he does. There is a dispute about who the best boxer of all time is, and I'm not sure if that would be you. That is the reason I continue to battle. Floyd Mayweather has finally spoken out regarding the highly anticipated comeback of his longtime opponent Manny Pacquiao, who is returning to the ring at the age of 46. One of the sport's most memorable plotlines is still Mayweather and Pacquiao's rivalry, which was made famous by their historic 2015 fight that enthralled the boxing world. Mayweather didn't hold back in his public response to Pacquiao's return, handling the hype with a blend of deference, caution, and a nuanced challenge. Boxing fans and commentators are now wondering if May rekindle one of the sport's greatest rivalries or pave the way for something even more significant.
It's a done deal. Fight will either happen July 19th or July 26th in Las Vegas or San Antonio. And it's not going to be a pay-per-view. It's going to be free on Amazon Prime. We blast Jake Paul for these types of fights. And yet a current world champion in Mario Barrios is going off to Manny Pacquiao. Listen, I get it. You get to share the ring with the legend of Manny Pacquiao, one of the greatest to all ever do it. But he's been retired now. He's already in the Hall of Fame. Manny Pacquiao did not look good in his previous exhibition he did last year either. Mario Barrios should easily run laps around Manny Pacquiao, destroy him. Why are we waiting?
After retiring in 2021, after losing to Yordenis Ugas by majority decision, the renowned Filipino boxer Manny Pacquiao, the only 8-division world champion in boxing history, is scheduled to make an incredible comeback to the ring at the age of 46. Pacquiao has revealed plans to contend for the WBC welterweight belt against Mario Barrios in July 2025. The WBC welterweight belt was Pacquiao's first world title in his illustrious career, which included winning the WBC flyweight title in 1998, making this comeback bout very noteworthy.
What's your next fight you're working?
I'm working now.
Where? Oh, you're going to New York? No. I'm saying. You know, I told them he's one of the main coaches here, and they said, why is Robert Gardner a coach? They thought he was the guy. No, I'm serious. Someone thought that you were the Gardner guy. Yeah, no, so seriously, one of the boxing reporters. No, Blas. I said, no, he's not. Yeah, of course, he's a legend. Where is he? The firefighter. Because they saw the video, they got confused. Oh, Mikey's here. Who's the guy with Mikey? Who's the guy with Mikey? Okay, really quick. Manny Pacquiao? It looks like he's like Barrios. July 9th.
WBC welterweight title is currently held by 29-year-old American boxer Mario Barrios of San Antonio, Texas. He earned the title in September 2023 with a dominant performance against Yordenis Ugas, knocking him down twice and winning by unanimous decision with scores of 118-107 twice and 117-108. After Terence Crawford moved to the super welterweight division, Barrios' career reached a major turning point with this victory, advancing him to full champion status. Barrios has been excited about the prospect of meeting boxing Manny Pacquiao. "I'm really excited about the possibility of this fight being made," he said. "Growing up, I looked up to Manny Pacquiao, a legend who will be inducted into the Hall of Fame. It would be an honor and a dream come true to share the ring with him." Barrios' admiration for Pacquiao's remarkable career and his desire to challenge one of the greatest fighters of all time are evident in this sentiment. The Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios bout has attracted substantial attention in the boxing community, generating a variety of responses from both fans and experts. WBC President Mauricio Sulayan has stated his strong support for the fight, pointing to Pacquiao's legendary reputation and the history of successful comebacks by past champions. Sulayan said, "I do like the idea very much. I think Pacquiao can beat any fighter or be competitive with any fighter today. This endorsement demonstrates the WBC's readiness to approve the bout in light of Pacquiao's timeless appeal and spirit of competition." Sean Gibbons, Pacquiao's advisor, sees the bout as a chance as well. "Barrios is Pacquiao's ideal opponent," he said, adding that although it's a 50-50 match, it's one that can be won. Manny Gibbons highlighted how Barrios' approach might complement Pacquiao's, indicating that the bout is both competitive and advantageous for the seasoned fighter.
And advisor, head of MP Promotions. Sean, I know you spent a lot of time with Manny Pacquiao over recent weeks and months. There's a lot of conversations about Manny's comeback. What is the latest that you could offer and the update around the potential matchup with Mario Barrios?
Well, the latest is Manny's fighting an exhibition on 28 in Japan. So they're going a little advanced there. But if he's successful there, Mario Barrios, we talked about Conor Ben, which I believe was a great fight. That would have been a tremendous fight. We could have done it in England. We could have done it in the US. We could have done it in rematch season. But the fact that he wasn't able to come off the suspension, that put the brakes on that. So that brought us to Mario Barrios. He's the WBC world champion. Manny's first belt ever many years ago was a WBC.
Mayweather thinks that Manny Pacquiao's decision to return to the ring is probably motivated by money, which is a common basis for comebacks by former fighters. The speaker recognizes Pacquiao's enduring skill, saying that even his C game is still better than many current fighters' best performances. In professional boxing, comebacks frequently happen when aging legends look for one last big payday, especially if they haven't fully transitioned into a stable post-boxing career. This highlights Pacquiao's exceptional skill and ring IQ, which haven't completely faded with age. His speed, experience, and unconventional technique offer him a fighting chance even after his heyday. But the fundamental issue: there are serious bodily risks, particularly when playing against younger opponents. In the end, the remark honors Pacquiao's history, while also warning against the risks of competing at the highest level again after retirement. Over the course of more than 10 years, Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao's rivalry has been among the most important and profitable in boxing history. After years of anticipation, negotiations, and popular demand, they finally clashed in 2015. Around 2009, when both boxers were at the height of their careers, the first talks for the project started. However, the battle was postponed for a number of years due to disputes about drug testing procedures and marketing concerns. Negotiations broke down when Pacquiao first refused Mayweather's insistence on Olympic-style drug testing. Network affiliations and purse splits caused additional issues. Despite public outcry, the battle remains in limbo. Ultimately, on May 2, 2015, the two titans squared off in what was considered the fight of the century at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. Pacquiao had a record of 57-52 going into the fight, while Mayweather had an undefeated record of 470. With more than 4.6 million pay-per-view purchases and nearly $600 million in total revenue, the bout became the highest-earning boxing contest at the time. Mayweather neutralized Pacquiao's aggressive style in the ring by using his trademark defensive technique, which included accurate footwork and counterpunches. After struggling to deliver big punches, Pacquiao later disclosed that he had suffered a shoulder injury before the fight. Mayweather won by unanimous decision after 12 rounds, with judges awarding the fight 118-110, 116-112, and 116-112. Fans and critics gave the fight mixed reviews despite the enormous buildup, with some lamenting the lack of excitement and action. However, the fight added a noteworthy chapter to Pacquiao's illustrious career and cemented Mayweather's reputation as one of the sport's best defensive strategists. Both fighters continued to compete in the years after their fight, with Pacquiao winning more belts before retiring in 2021, and Mayweather retiring undefeated at 50-0. The Mayweather-Pacquiao rivalry is still regarded as a pivotal event in boxing history, demonstrating the sport's unique combination of athletic skill, strategic acumen, and international spectacle.
Any version of Mayweather would have always beaten Pacquiao, in my opinion. I think Mayweather would have always done what's necessary for Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao had a greater career, but I think Mayweather was a better fighter. And I think Mayweather had the right things for somebody like Pacquiao. I mean, he had the right one-punch speed. He had the right IQ. He was bigger than Manny with longer arms. He had great feet. It's just a kryptonite for Manny Pacquiao. I personally thought so.
Manny Pacquiao spoke about that he shouldn't have.
Floyd Mayweather, yeah.
Because there's a time and a place for everything. I'm not gonna say he's right and I'm not gonna say he's wrong. You know, but it's so crazy. When he spoke about it, I could have easily came on and said, yeah, you spoke about it. I ain't have to say nothing. just by you saying my name, they gave me a check for $4 million. He said my name when he didn't supposed to. Remember I said, it's a time.
5. After a period of political activism, which included running for the Philippine Senate, Pacquiao decided to resume professional boxing. Pacquiao wants to end his remarkable career by winning the WBC title again, according to his advisor Sean Gibbons, who emphasized the sentimental significance of the belt that signaled the start of his rise to prominence in boxing. The MGM Grand and T-Mobile Arena are two potential locations for the scheduled fight, which is slated to take place in Las Vegas. The fight is anticipated to take place in late July 2025, after Pacquiao's political obligations have concluded. However, the precise date and location have not yet been confirmed. The ramifications of a 46-year-old Pacquiao coming back to face a younger current champion have been discussed by boxing fans and commentators in response to this comeback. However, Pacquiao maintains his confidence, pointing to his background and the comparatively light punishment he has received recently as reasons for a successful comeback. At Japan's Saitama Super Arena, Manny Pacquiao and Japanese kickboxer Rukia Ano engaged in a 3-round exhibition bout in July 2024, initially scheduled to battle Chihiro Suzuki. When the taller Ano replaced Pacquiao, it presented a serious obstacle for him. Ano used his height and reach to his advantage, delivering potent punches and combos that held Pacquiao at bay. Pacquiao had trouble breaking through Ampo's resistance and, in part, struggled to use his trademark footwork because of the substantial ring matting. Despite a fierce effort in the last round, the fight ended in a draw since there was no knockout. Later, Pacquiao acknowledged that his form was only 60% and that he had not prepared for the fight sufficiently. Shaw Gibbons, his advisor, blamed the lackluster performance on his lack of preparation, pointing out that Pacquiao wasn't at his best and was lackadaisical. There are differing views among boxing experts about Manny Pacquiao's return. Although he understood the appeal of getting back into the ring, promoter Ben Shalom advised against it due to health concerns and the history of athletes whose late career fights had negative consequences. Shalom said, "It is very hard as a promoter to say it, but equally, if you have enough money in the bank, you have to protect your health." Shalom highlighted the difficulties older athletes encounter while trying to make a comeback, pointing out that an addiction to the rush of competition frequently motivates them to do so. He said, "Fighters are addicted to that buzz, and it is very hard to replace it in those final years." Legendary promoter Bob Arum has added to the worry by suggesting that Pacquiao think about retiring in order to protect his health. Arum voiced concerns about the long-term consequences of fighting on, citing Muhammad Ali's brain impairment in particular. He said he is over 40. He ought to be careful. "I'm quite concerned." Kellerman presents a compelling case for considering Manny Pacquiao as the greatest pound-for-pound boxer in history, while acknowledging that Sugar Ray Robinson is widely regarded as the top choice. Kellerman's argument hinges on two primary factors: the breadth of Pacquiao's achievements across multiple weight divisions and the caliber of opponents he defeated during his peak are unparalleled in their scope. He is the only boxer to have won world titles in 8 different weight divisions ranging from flyweight to light middleweight, a span of 39 lbs. This feat underscores his adaptability and skill in overcoming size disadvantages against larger opponents. In contrast, Sugar Ray Robinson's dominance was primarily within 2 weight classes, welterweight and middleweight. While Robinson's record is impressive with 174 wins and 109 knockouts, his success was concentrated within a narrower weight range. He also concurrently. When Pacquiao dominated elite fighters, his peak weight was probably 14 to 147 pounds. Since both fighters were at the peak of their careers and competing at the same weight, was also the time when interest in a possible bout with Floyd Mayweather peaked. Class. Although he personally preferred Mayweather at the time because of his inherent size advantage, Kellerman points out that Pacquiao's capacity to increase his weight and compete against top fighters bolstered his case pound for pound.
Pacquiao, it's weird. Danny felt like a big brick, Pacquiao felt like a little brick, okay? Now the weird part is Pacquiao's hands just felt heavy. After the fight, I constantly was thinking, why did his fist feel like a rock? You know? It was like awkward, right? I was like, why did his fist feel so hard in the fight? You know? I was like, it was a little awkward. You know, I don't really care about that stuff that much. I mean, I could handle it. It wasn't devastating. It didn't really feel like plaster, but it felt like something. It felt like a rock. So I thought, like, does he do certain training? Does he do certain, does he build up calluses? Does he have more dense bone density in his hands? Did they do some Asian stuff? What did they do? Who knows, right? And then looking at the picture, I was like, damn, you know what? Pacquiao wore them old school Mexican.
Pacquiao's consistent success in boxing is a result of his intense training schedule and unrelenting commitment. Pacquiao keeps up a rigorous training regimen even in his 40s, frequently working out harder than he did in his younger years. He incorporates technical drills, strength training, and cardiovascular activities into his program. Pacquiao's daily routine of thousands of sit-ups, which he started following a body shot loss in 1999, is another example of his dedication to fitness. He demonstrated his resolve and fortitude by promising to strengthen his midsection, avoid a recurrence. Pacquiao trains 6 days a week, with 2 morning sessions and 1 mid-afternoon session on 3 of those days. Pacquiao plays hoops for up to 4 hours every day, even when he isn't in training camp getting ready for a fight. His unwavering work ethic supports his conviction that training hard makes fighting easier. According to his famous quote, "I work hard so I can fight easy." In addition to keeping him in top physical shape, his commitment to training inspires others by proving that, with the correct attitude and determination, age is no obstacle to success. Max Kellerman acknowledges that Sugar Ray Robinson is generally recognized as the best option, but he makes a strong argument for believing that Manny Pacquiao is the best pound-for-pound boxer in history. 2 key elements form the basis of Kellerman's argument: the range of Pacquiao's accomplishments in various weight classes and the quality of opponents he vanquished at the height of his career are unmatched. In 8 different weight classes, ranging from flyweight to light middleweight, for a total of 39 pounds, he is the only boxer to have won world titles. This accomplishment highlights his versatility and ability to overcome size disadvantages against larger adversaries. Notably, Ray Sugar Robinson was mostly dominant in the middleweight and welterweight weight classes. Despite having an amazing record of 174 victories and 109 knockouts, Robinson's success was limited to a smaller weight range. As both fighters were in their heyday in the same weight class, Pacquiao's peak weight was probably around 14,147 pounds. Although he personally preferred Mayweather at the time because of his inherent size advantage, Kellerman points out that Pacquiao's capacity to increase his weight and compete against top fighters bolstered his case pound for pound. Manny Pacquiao's consistent success in boxing is a result of his intense training schedule and unrelenting commitment. Pacquiao keeps up a rigorous training regimen even in his 40s, frequently working out harder than he did in his younger years. He incorporates technical drills, strength training, and cardiovascular activities into his program. Pacquiao's daily routine of thousands of sit-ups, which he started following a body shot loss in 1999, is another example of his dedication to fitness. He demonstrated his resolve and fortitude by promising to strengthen his midsection, avoid a recurrence. Pacquiao has a demanding workout regimen, 6 days a week, with 3 of those days having 2 training sessions in the morning and mid-afternoon. Pacquiao stays active even when he isn't in training camp getting ready for a bout. On any given day, he frequently plays up to 4 hours of basketball. His unwavering work ethic supports his conviction that training hard makes fighting easier. According to his famous quote, "I work hard so I can fight easy." In addition to keeping him in top physical shape, his commitment to training inspires others by proving that, with the correct attitude and determination, age is no obstacle to success.
He's an interesting guy, man, because he's so friendly.
Right.
You know, like even like when people are trash talking, he's like smiling, and then he gets in that ring. Different dude.
Right.
Once he steps to that roast, like this is a whole different set of rules he's flying with.
Like, Keith Urban talking about you gonna crucify him and stuff like that. And he just
Ooh, don't say that. Yeah.
he got crucified. Yeah, but he's
I wish you the
religious
best.
too.
Good luck in the fight.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.